Hey, what's going on? Posido here. Today I want to show you 3 metronome exercises that can make you more solid on the bass. And if you want to go a little deeper, check out the link I'll put in the description below. I wrote a recent post where I share my favorite metronome exercises. Alright, let's go. Okay, so if you want to be more solid on the bass, it's important to have a strong quarter note pulse. Okay, so no matter what bass line you're playing, it could be the most rhythmic bass line, it could have a lot of space, or even a lot of notes. But if that quarter note pulse is felt, your time will feel solid. Okay, so that's really the key there. Now, these 3 exercises help strengthen that quarter note pulse. Okay, so this first exercise is the subdivision exercise. With the subdivision exercise, I have it right now, I'm going to have it set to 60 BPM. I don't really like having the metronome beating on every subdivision, simply because I find that it makes me play or feel, how do I say this? It makes me perceive time in a more robotic way. Now, if that's what you're going for, if you're trying to get that more mechanical type of sound, then that might be a good thing. But I like the human feel. I like to maintain that human feel when I'm playing. So I like to have the metronome beat as less as possible. But when I'm trying to develop my quarter note, I have the metronome beating on just every quarter note, because what that does is it'll reveal any sort of inaccuracies, okay? So the key here is just to be consistent. Now, you can try bearing the metronome if you want, and what that means is basically when you play so tight and you're right on the metronome, you actually stop hearing the metronome. When you're slightly before the metronome or slightly after the metronome, there'll be a little bit of a flam, okay? So right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to just play a quarter note to this time, okay? So I just feel it, and then I start playing to it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to subdivide this in 1/8 notes. And then once I feel good, I'm going to move on to 16th notes. I'm sorry, triplets. Then 16th notes. Once that feels good, quintuplets. Then sextuplets. Go back down. Okay, so basically what I did there was I started out with quarter notes, then I went to 1/8 notes, then triplets or 1/8 note triplets, then 16th notes, then quintuplets or groups of 5, then sextuplets, then I go back down. It's kind of like shifting gears on a car, okay? Going to gear 1, gear 2, gear 3, gear 4, gear 5, gear 6, then come right back down. That's really going to help you feel just that distance of that quarter note every single time. So as you change the subdivision, you're going to naturally feel this, when you first are trying this out, you're going to naturally feel like you're going to want to kind of pull or stretch the time a little bit. You're going to be a little bit more consistent as far as what that quarter note is. But if you just keep focusing on the quarter note pulse, okay, and subdivide, and then you might, if you're slightly off, just adjust a little bit. That's okay. Okay, there's no need to beat yourself up over it. Just adjust. Okay, slightly shift your time till you're right back on the quarter note again, and then change gears again, change subdivisions. You're going to start to feel that distance of that quarter note pretty well. Okay, this next metronome exercise is a polyrhythm exercise. Polyrhythms are really good for revealing any inaccuracies with your quarter notes as well as your subdivisions, okay? Now, there's different ways you can play a polyrhythm. I like to start out, or I like to approach it with a triplet, and then I play groupings. It could be groupings of 4, groupings of 5, 6, or 7, but I'm going to play 1/8 note triplets in groups of 4. Here's my metronome beating on 60. I'm going to play the triplets first. Groups of 4. Basic idea. Now you can do this with groupings of 5. So when you're doing triplets, like triplet, triplet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm hearing something. Man, my neighbors are doing something. Okay, so this next exercise is a counter rhythm exercise. Counter rhythms are really good for helping you hear how two different rhythms fit together like a puzzle piece. And when you can hear these two different rhythms, or when you can hear two different rhythms in general on the bass, it's going to help your quarter notes feel more solid and more relaxed. You're not going to be so easily swayed when you hear a syncopated rhythm or a syncopated beat. And drummers play syncopated stuff all the time. Okay, so if you want to be more solid as a bass player, have a more solid quarter note, can't get thrown off by syncopated rhythms. Okay, so this first rhythm is a Cascara rhythm. It's a Latin bell pattern. It's very syncopated. And then the second rhythm I'm going to play is a tumbayo. Okay, it's a Latin bass line also, and that's also syncopated. And I'll play them both with my left hand and my right hand together at the same time. And I'm just going to try to feel, or my aim for this metronome exercise is to feel the quarter note pulse in a relaxed way, not get thrown off by the syncopated rhythms that both of my hands are playing. Just hear how both of these rhythms fit together and just sit in that for as long as I can and just make that feel comfortable if I can. Okay, that's really the goal. Okay, so here is a Cascara rhythm. I'm going to take my metronome up a little bit in speed. I'm going to bump it up to 75 BPM. Okay, and it sounds like this. 1, 1. Okay, and then tumbayo sounds like this. Here we go. 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so you can hear that's on the offbeats. Cascara got some rhythmic stuff going on. All right, so we're gonna put these two rhythms together for our counter rhythm. We're gonna play this over a metronome, and our main goal is to make our quarter notes, or have our quarter notes, feel steady and relaxed. You know, it's important to feel relaxed. It's easy to get swayed when we hear or feel a syncopated rhythm. Maybe the drummer might play something and we get thrown off very easily. Okay, so we want our quarter notes to feel steady and relaxed. And the best way to do that is to be able to hear how rhythms fit together. Okay, so this counter rhythm can help do that. Okay, I'm gonna put my metronome at 75 BPM. Here we go. Alright, so those are 3 metronome exercises that are really good for helping you become more solid on the bass. They're going to get your quarter notes to feel more solid and hopefully help you feel a little bit more relaxed as well with your bass grooves. Alright, I hope you got something out of it. If you like this video, please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel, it will really mean a lot. And I'll see you later. Take care.